Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here. The Premier Study Bible is coming out, and so we're just comparing it to a few Bibles before it does. What I have here is I have some of the signatures from the Premier Study Bible. Done a lot of videos on these signatures and the presentation page and all of this. But what we're going to do is we are going to look at the inside. This is the actual size of the print and everything that's in the Premier Study Bible. And we're going to compare it with the New Spirit-Filled Life Bible. What is this? This is the NLT. They also make this in New King James. They might make this in the King James. So I'll just hold it up like this, and you can just get, hopefully, a little bit of a feel. I appreciate Brother Mallory zooming in and out here. And we're going to check it for print size. We're also going to check it for information. You know, when I do reviews of like the New Spirit-Filled, I think I've done a couple reviews on it. Maybe with the first Spirit-Filled and the New Spirit-Filled, and then maybe New King James and NLT, you know, maybe 3 or 4 reviews, I'm not sure, over the course of time. That the Spirit-Filled is absolutely fantastic for a print size of a Bible. So in this print size, I'm going to say that the New Spirit-Filled is 8 point. Ours is 9 point, but it's clear type print. And then also the notes are probably 7.5. Ours are 8.5, but again, it is clear type print. The center column reference in the Premier Study Bible is probably twice as wide, and so that's pretty interesting. Probably has about the same amount. It's set up very similarly. They have a cross. I wonder if that means a messianic prophecy or something. They have a thing called word wealth. Now, we don't have that. But what we do have is in the back is over 200 in the concordance, 200 definitions from Vines and Strong's, and the concordance itself is keyed to Strong's concordance in Hebrew and Greek. So that's something. We actually had word wealth doing it, and we're doing that, but some of the linguists on the team at the Premier Study Bible said that the context, that you just can't take words in isolation in Hebrew and Greek. The context means so much, and so you might misrepresent it if it's not contextualized properly. So that's why we didn't. It does have in the New Spirit-Filled really good in-text headers. So let me see if I can get somewhat of a similar page here, and we'll just see how that looks. And then we'll go into well, I tell you what, I'm going to have to keep these together because if you get them apart, it's not good. So we'll just do Psalm. This is, well, I can do Psalms here. Okay, Psalm 77-ish. And so on my left is the Premier Study Bible, due out in late June now. And on my right is the New Spirit-Filled Life. And so you can just kind of see the differences. I don't have any of the New Testament. I sent those to Brother Wilson. He requested them. So I can't compare like the red letter and stuff like that. The Premier will be red letter. Let's go to the beginnings of a book. It has a good truth in action section. You know, I'm always impressed with the New Spirit-Filled size. It is just fantastic. So, like, here is the book of Proverbs in the New Spirit-Filled. This is the introduction over here. And it's got 2 really good pages of introduction. Now, I will say we did not emphasize introductions in the Premier Study, but we've got a lot more than we initially intended. So I'll let you take a look at the introductions in the New Spirit-Filled Life, and then we will look at the introductions of the Premier Study Bible. So the print size is much better, the center column print size is much better, the notes print size is much better in the Premier. Very grateful for that. And so then we will, after we do this, we'll take a look at the size of the Bible itself, because I do have a dummy copy of the Premier Study Bible that I've done reviews on. It's just a blank book, but it is the actual size. So here's how the introductions will look in the Premier, like for Proverbs. So we're doing it commensurate. I just have to say again, I am so grateful not only for all the incredible hard work of the Pentecostal apostolic authors that went into this, but also for Livingstone Corporation, which is now Barton Veerman, and for Thomas Nelson, because they laid this out absolutely perfect. It couldn't be better laid out for size, for print size, and all that. So I'm going to say the introductions are a little better in the New Spirit-Filled Life. Now let's do this. Hoping I'm keeping all this in the right order. Yep, keeping that in the right order. Turn that. The Premier has some in-text maps and charts. This has kingdom dynamics sections we don't have, but trying to come up, we're at Genesis 26. Genesis 26. So we'll just show you again what a page. I'm going to guess that the Premier has a little bit in the more of the way of commentary at the bottom. That's just a guess, but only a guess. But I do think that the New Spirit Field has more things scattered throughout. But you can see they really had to sacrifice print size for to get the Bible to be as wonderfully carryable as it is. And it is wonderful. I did another video on 3 Pentecostal study Bibles, this, the Full Life, and the Dake. Okay, so now we're going to look at the size. And they are nearly identical in size. I mean, they are identical, and they're both put out by Thomas Nelson, so that's pretty interesting. And they're just about, let's see if I can do the width here. Boy, they're almost identical in width. The Premier may just be just slightly thinner. So that was another thing. We were so excited that the Premier came out so carryable, because that was a big concern with a lot of people. A lot of the guys on Premier, they were just like, we don't care if it's 2-point print, we want a small Bible. And that's not good, and that's an exaggeration. But I sold Bibles for years, and then I got experts to tell them from Thomas Nelson and Livingstone that that's not a good deal. There's the Premier. You know, not a good thing to have there. You need to have some. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is unique because this is both Thomas Nelson maps, but it looks to me like we got the new ones, which I'm very grateful. Thomas Nelson has always had a struggle with maps. Like, they just have not kept up. This is our first map and their first map with maps. Like Holman has always traditionally done great maps and things. So I am thankful we got the new map sections from Thomas Nelson. So that's just a little comparison between the New Spirit-Filled Life Bible and the New Premier Study Bible. So God bless. I pray you would prayerfully consider purchasing a New Premier. I don't make any money. It's totally ministry driven. Nobody's getting any money off of this. And it's from insigniabooks.com. God bless. I'll talk with you later in Jesus' name.